Life Central, wherever the fuck it's gonna be. If it's going to my. Yeah. I mean, you almost done. So, you know. Is it good? Yeah. J&J, she's a bitch. She's a bad bitch. Very delicious food.
You ain't give us no fucking napkins.
No.
That's a buffalo right now. That's the best I can do.
And what does that have to do with?
You said napkins?
He said napkins. What do you think he said?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you? Hello?
You get the headphones?
Yeah. I need to know.
If you see it bouncing,
Alright.
you
Okay.
can tell it's my talk.
Okay.
Even I can hear my echo.
Hello. This is. What?
You talking about the headphones?
You just fucked up the whole shit.
Go ahead.
It's not even gonna work anymore. Hello. This is the original CDM.
Literally.
Back again. And you're listening to Life's a Whore. Scratch that. Life's a Troll.
Welcome back.
Bobby Porter's about to be a free agent. He declined to play right now.
Okay, so where are you trying to go?
Trying to get paid.
I don't know. Where do you think Bobby Porter's gonna go? Where the fuck would he go? He's such a random ass player.
The Warriors.
They do need bodies, like size.
Big as shit.
Yeah. Go pick up. How old is he? Like 26, like that.
Shit, come back to the Knicks.
I was thinking that he just seems like somebody that's on the Knicks or the Raptors.
Oh, he only 26.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. Right, come back
So he's
to
definitely gonna get paid.
No, really, come back to the Knicks, bro. That'd be cool as shit, because he just want to ring, and we need people that know what the fuck they're doing.
Right. I got like cap space.
We got like the second most in the league. If not the most. And even trading down the way we did, we saved money. And we got the same people we wanted. We tried to trade up to get the people we got, or like better people, but people was trying to bullshit. So we ain't take no deals. And we just traded down and got people that fit. Instead of like going for like big name people like early. But I'm straight. I don't really care. Like, we got good people, but they always doing it right. So we gonna put hella people in the G League. We got people overseas. We got people coming over from overseas. Like, we got a lot of shit going on. And we got picks stacking up and trading for it. Like, you ever eat a cake and you just got like hella shit in the cake? And it's like a lot of flavors going on, but they're all mixed together like really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just a good ass cake. And we just eat a good ass cake right now.
So what's the ceiling?
Literally, it's right here, the return of the prophecy. And it's
what's the ceiling
For who?
for like the teams?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think is your expectations for next season? Like playoff wise, like season wise.
Honestly, just foresee it better. Like we did this year, why not either improve or get better? Or
It'd be the same shit.
yeah, I know. Like I don't want to get worse. You know what I'm saying?
Like the same as last year or better?
Both. Like if I can't get better, I would rather be the same. I don't want to get worse. But we saving our money for next year right now too. Like this year, not the year to get everybody because everybody's staying. Like people not moving the way you think they would. Like Kawhi staying, Chris Paul probably staying. You got to trade for Ben Simmons.
But nobody think that shit.
So I'm saying,
So we don't get traded, you just stuck. Like you just go keep playing with it.
Ben Simmons,
Yeah.
you don't have to. But I think you're at the point now where you tell them like you don't have to be a forward. Like you're not going to be our point guard anymore.
They right.
I don't know. I don't even give a fuck about Philly, to be honest with you. Like, if they figure it out, cool, good for them. If they don't, that's on y'all. Like, I don't really give a shit.
I feel like they just got a really young team still. Like even I think Joel Embiid, like he's still like young, but he was almost MVP last season, so he's like, what more I gotta do before it's like we can get over that hump. But shit, I mean, we can talk about the finals, just the playoffs in general, since that shit's over now. Like going into the playoffs, did you have a vision of who was gonna win?
Not really. I didn't.
Me either.
No.
I thought it was the most open championship in a while, to where it was like it was unpredictable who was gonna win, especially
Like,
after the first round.
Like, if the Lakers aren't at the top, with LeBron, everybody's got a chance.
That's that ass. I said that. I was like, everybody knew they didn't have to go to LeBron. I was like, oh, we got this. But shit, it was a good playoffs. I mean, a lot of it had game sevens. Shit was like, there was like a lot, like at least 6 game sevens or like 5, because Atlanta, Philly went 7, which that was crazy. Because I was like, oh, Philly by the way, and Atlanta they just turned up on them. I think Atlanta had the best playoffs they could possibly have. That shit also went to a game 7.
Yeah, for Trey Young to go out and then still be able to almost make it.
And he got fucked up too at the end. Yeah. Shit, I mean, I think they still got to re-sign John Collins, but they got to get him back.
Yeah,
They got to pay him. Yeah.
I feel like he gonna end up on like the Kings if he don't do it right.
The Kings.
Like the Kings should be good. Like
They should. even like the bottom teams in the East were competitive, but
Yeah,
they was
like
injured.
everybody wanted.
Like the Hornets couldn't make the playoffs. LaMelo did get injured.
LaMelo broke his hand out of nowhere too.
He got injured the same time as LeBron, like right around the same time.
Took a couple of days.
That's why I was like, where the ratings go come from?
That's what I said. Like, what y'all gonna talk about?
But for people also saying that the finals gonna be boring, they just dumb as hell. Like Giannis dropped 50 in a closeout game. That shit was crazy.
He literally played on some 2K shit, but
literally, and it was like he was consistent the whole game. It was like every quarter he was taking over for 10 points.
yeah.
Then he was hitting every fucking free throw. I'm like, where did the shit come from? And then Mike Breen was like, he did have a game before where he hit 17 out of 17 free throws. And, Jeff Van was like, what game?
What game were you on?
Right. But that's just like, that's crazy. Because that was such a big talking point the whole time. And for that to be like, how he like stamps that shit shut, it's like, damn, you can't say shit now. Everybody just say he had to get a jump shot. He had something cooking.
I don't understand that.
He had something cooking, but he clearly didn't need it to win like everything. He won 2 MVPs without it. Even though we were 30 minutes in.
Give me that.
But yeah, me and this bitch, so many things have occurred since the last time we did the podcast. That was July 4th. Literally a whole month. Yeah. Like I said before the Olympics, we know someone that's gonna be running in the Olympics at 9:50. That's crazy. Shout out Randolph. Hey, win a gold, bro. Motherfuckers getting canceled, but that happens every day.
That dude.
What if we recorded later and then like had a reaction if he won or lost to him running to
We
him?
could do like a live reaction.
That's what I'm saying.
We did. You know, content is plentiful.
Could you record it and watch it at the same time? Because it's only on the same video.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean we could just
I'm not trying to go back to school.
Yeah, school it's coming. It's coming. It's in the rear view, but it's behind us. For that, but
So wait, are you moving back in, or you won't come back to Raleigh? You gonna stay here?
it depends because it's a gap in between. It's like 2 weeks.
What you mean?
Like we move in next Saturday. Rock out there, rock out on job.
That shit.
And we start school literally 2 weeks and 3 days later. So there's like 2 weekends.
Okay.
I can come out. I mean, I start back work too, so I don't know what the schedule's gonna be. It depends on that.
I want me to roll up again.
Hell yeah.
Give me the weed. I'm gonna go get them nugs out the car. What you saving that for you? This nigga listen. Can you hear me?
You know what's crazy? Because I figured out if you put it on the one ear, but if it's on the side, I can hear you perfectly. But like, I can't hear you at all at the same time.
So like, you can hear me clearly, and then if you talk.
I hear you in the headphones and I see your mouth moving, but I cannot hear you like personally, like me. One-on-one.
Yeah. It's because like it's made to listen to as many things as possible instead of just like focusing on one thing because it's multiple mics.
It's true.
That's why it's hard to talk sometimes when I'm having them on because it's like I'm hearing it like triple.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I don't have a mic because I can hear myself, but like I know I'm better.
Yeah, we're trying to up the stakes. You know what I'm saying? There's more people coming into the podcast game. Gotta step our shit up. I don't know. I gotta see what the space is looking like in our apartment. See if I can get a little setup.
All you need is a table.
That's what I'm saying. Just something simple and then just got the mic
At
set
least
up
for
right
now.
there. Yeah, because I'm gonna be there for a year at least. Or like 11 months or some shit like that. But yeah, so I'm glad I had this shit. Like, we was talking about it.
Can you still hear me clear?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
It's like right there, so yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know let's try over there.
That one like can hear sound pretty far. Like if you talking in there, it can hear you.
I can hear the paper crumbling.
But we was talking about it when it was all of us at my birthday, and we was like we gonna have a hot box competition, just to see like, and the prize is gonna be weed, obviously.
We need a little clapper. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
Cut.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna
Take
get a
two.
soundboard. That's another thing we gonna get.
Are we
Just
getting
to-
deep and shit?
Yeah.
Let me use some of it. Just some of it.
Just like.
I'm doing paper, so I'm not gonna need that much anyway. I'm not doing the wood.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Don't use the like fat ass nuts though.
Alright.
Cause it don't look like a lot, but
Okay.
you can make that shit last.
Okay. That's a lot. Yeah, foofy.
Boy, landed. What else?
Think Dame's gonna stay in Portland forever?
If he doesn't get signed by somebody this year, then probably.
He's not a free agent this year.
Was he a free agent next year?
Yeah.
Okay. If he doesn't sign somewhere new next year, then probably. Just cause
Hopefully.
he gonna get paid. I mean, it depends on how long he finna stay in the league. If he's gonna be like one of those long term people, then he'll probably like take a pay cut and go somewhere else. If he's not. But I don't know. What would you do if you was him?
I would play out my contract in Portland, and then I go to the Knicks.
So you think he's a good fit?
Yes, I don't even care like what the rest of the team looks like. If we got money,
Even with Derrick Rose come off the bench.
we'd rather Derrick Rose come off the bench. Derrick Rose don't even start,
Okay.
especially if we got Dame.
So then, I don't know. So if it's free agency, then you just pay him. You ain't gotta give nothing up.
Nah, and we got money. And if we don't spend money this year, it goes to next year. It's the same shit that happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we straight.
Definitely.
RJ gonna be good as fuck. I hope.
I hope.
I don't want to jinx no shit. But like, they played better than expected, so like,
Mm-hmm.
how good they gonna be? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now that they've like achieved something,
Not everybody know they're good.
you gotta like build on it type shit.
Like, yo, we not fucking around. Let's play.
Also, this is the first episode after 2-year anniversary of Life Support. 2
Feels
years.
like you just did 1 year.
Yo, it's like I was just gonna say like it's really the time in between that's like weird. Like
For real.
the years is like the annual shit is when it hits, but like it's the years in between.
Cause that's like the maximum amount of time.
You really don't months we would be doing this shit.
I'm saying, like, I mean, we got 30 episodes now.
It felt like more.
I think about if we make it to 100, like, to know.
That's commitment.
100 fucking episodes. Shit, 50. I'm trying to hit 50.
I have to go back from the beginning because I know I haven't watched at least 4 of them.
Well, I know I've listened to every single one because I had to edit them.
Because I've been like every time.
Yeah, I'm the only one that's been in every single one.
You can by yourself.
Yeah. You know how hard it is to be like entertained to yourself, like.
It's not that hard for me.
It was hard for me the first time I tried it because I was like, what the fuck do I even say? I just say everything that comes to mind, filter it out.
You just gotta imagine people in your head and like talk to them. Like just talk to a face in your head and that's who you talking to.
Did y'all ever like pretend that you were being interviewed in your head?
Bro, I've pretended I've done everything in my head. I'm borderline like imaginary friends, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
that's the most creative people though, I think.
I'm creative, just nobody gives a fuck.
Excuse me. I think, have you tried to apply it to something that's like
worth it? No.
Tangible? I wouldn't say worth it, but tangible. Like something where you can, like how we got the podcast and people can go listen to it on anything, like whether it's 2 years ago or.
I tried to rap and do it at a microphone, but like we never even recorded nothing. Like I played my voice back and I yelled into. I literally said, "Bitch!" Like. But like 16 voice crack, like trying to rap or some dumb shit, and just said "bitch," and it like, you know how you can watch it on here like Michael jump.
Yeah.
Okay, so the headphones he had were like kind of shitty, so like when you said "bitch," it was like I was standing next to you, just yelling in your ear, like saying "bitch," and we're like, "Bro, there's no way we're gonna make a song on this."
Right.
And I never went back to his house.
Damn.
Yeah, like, and dude like emptied his whole closet out onto his bed for it, and like,
I definitely would have just like soldiered through it. Just see what it sounded like, even if it was shitty.
that's what I'm saying though.
You
Like
just
I give
build
up
from it.
way
Yeah.
too quick. Like there's no way I'm gonna be a rapper.
It definitely does take that like grinding moments type shit.
Almost a 16 bit none of it.
Yeah, resources and like being in the know is like the first step. I started listening to podcasts when I was like 14, 15, something like that. Like it became a thing. So I was like, oh, YouTubers have podcasts. So I listened to those shits. And I was like, fuck it. It would be cool to have one. Yeah, we will always say that shit. We'd be like, oh, like this would be funny on a podcast, or you know, we should start one. I'm like, after graduating high school, I was like, I'm not gonna do nothing right now, so fuck it. Let's just see.
Shit was cool.
We are. And since it like it's close to my birthday too, it like hits like twice because it's like as the podcast is growing, it's like I'm growing up at the same time.
Your birthday is the same.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
It's just weird.
No,
like just for real.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though because you need that motivation to do something. It's like my birthday's coming up, so I'm gonna do a podcast.
I was just like, I got $30 to spare. Let's buy a mic. Fuck it.
I ain't no broke bitch.
Yeah, it was on Amazon. You know, Amazon.
Which one was it? That circle one?
Yeah, that was the first one.
Hold it up in the camera.
Oh fuck. This one. I broke it though, like a month ago. I don't know. It like broke in my book bag or some shit. But that was a startup. It was us three.
Yeah, that's what he said.
My house. In the fucking living room, just talking.
This ain't even our house.
We should do a reaction.
I was talking about the first one we did.
We should do a reaction of that one because I don't think y'all remember what we said exactly. I haven't like that's the one I go back
a little
to
bit, but
the most like if,
yeah.
when I'm like,
That one was
yeah.
That one was our most popular one until we did the Euphoria one.
So the second episode.
Epo. No, like was like more popular, and then the Euphoria episode started to catch up.
I got you.
Like all of the episodes just like over. That's why like it's cool to me where it's like one episode that was some random ass month last year, like February 2020, and somebody's just listening to it like yesterday. It's like, what the fuck?
Why are you looking at
Yeah. Like that's why it's just funny to me because you don't have to listen to it in order because it's not like it's everything connects. It's just like
you just
random
for,
events.
Like,
Yeah,
doing?
it low key is just like a time capsule of like whatever is happening in the moment we recorded it. Yeah, and then sometimes I'll sit on a podcast for like maybe 3 days. So like by the time I upload it, it's been like 3 more days of shit happening. Sometimes I upload it the same day, but that's hard.
Yeah, I feel like if you record it and then hold on to it for like maybe 1 or 2, like people know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
It's just like you had that little bit of time to edit and make it right.
Yeah. Like when you do it around holidays.
Like fucking 4th of July.
Yeah.
That's the most popular one right now, or is it like
yeah,
total?
no, just right now. Like it had like from where we usually like episodes usually take a little bit of time to like grow.
Yeah.
To get like listeners and downloads or whatever the fuck. But this one got like hella in like a short amount of time compared to everything else.
Fuck the 4th of July.
I mean that was my caption for one of my Instagram posts, so I just reused that.
I mean yeah, but that's like
it still fit. Still the same move.
It's gonna get people's attention.
True. I mean, we was relating it. Most of the shit we were talking about to the 4th of July, you know. So
there was fireworks going on, dude.
Yeah, so we give the good shit, you know, around that time. I enjoy making them, so it's like when you know it's finna hit, it just makes me like excited to put it out. Like there's some podcasts where I was like, oh, this ain't gonna get that many listeners, and it'd be like popping. I'm like, what the fuck? But then the ones I'm excited about,
you
dust.
That, like, if we would have made a podcast that said fuck 4th of July, right? Then it would have been like an hour and a half of just dead silence. Like we didn't talk. We just left the mic in the middle of the table. Would it get plays?
They would probably listen to the first like 5 minutes and then they realize nobody's saying anything. Then they're like,
I think we would lose people who did that. We would piss a lot of people off.
Some motherfuckers texting me like, what the fuck was that episode about? Yeah, like, did you upload the wrong one? Like, oh shit, sorry guys.
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
I'm pretty sure people would just click off. Just like, oh hell no. But that's.
When we gonna start making money?
Bro, we almost about to make $5.
Wow.
We gotta have like hella episodes to start making money, and then we gotta get sponsors. That's like a goal. Once we get that first sponsorship, it's done out here. It's done. It's done. Once you get that first one, y'all can't tell me shit after that.
Cup,
like everybody getting something. I don't give a fuck what I gotta tell them. Be like, do you know how hard I've been working on this?
We taking a trip.
Right, we gotta get turned up for that day, bro. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care what time it is. I'm dropping everything.
I'm going.
Like,
I gotta help my grandma move. Like, yeah, I got an excuse.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, something. We gotta just.
We work
that's a beautiful day, right? Like whenever it happens, I know it's gonna happen. Whenever it happens, we gonna be lit. And that's what that first episode represents.
We can't even plan it. It has to be spontaneous. You just have to.
Exactly. It's gonna be like some email, and I'm like.
Right. We have to have like some sort of duration. We going there, but we can't pick a place. Like it just gotta be like, we going somewhere.
Yes man type shit.
Like we literally get to the airport or train station, be like we going there. Like
yo.
Just, but not so.
What's far enough?
Not too far, but what's far enough? Like.
Damn, that'd be crazy. I ain't never done no shit like that before, so it would just be
Chicago.
Please.
We've been dropping shit since we
Yo, I don't know how much we got in the drop.
Damn.
Sorry.
They got a vacuum?
I got one downstairs.
God.
You don't have a vacuum?
It's downstairs.
So all this shit
It's
is
also mine.
yours.
All this shit right here is mine. Some of the shit down there is mine.
The balloons.
Wait, look out the window.
These are
See, look out the
move that shit wrong. But
Okay, come on, bro. I see you, back on.
What are you doing, yo?
Right.
I'm just doing a cheerleader.
Why? You were never a cheerleader.
No. Hell no.
I can tell.
I can't do no flips and shit like that. But I'm really flexible.
Yo, I showed while you were getting the chicken. I showed Quay a video of this girl. She fucking did like a little cheerleader, like split in the air, and then she landed, did a backflip, and she fucking landed and split. Like that shit.
You
was
gonna
crazy.
ask me, can I do that?
Watch this shit.
Like, come on now.
Fuck. Don't wait for it
Who
right
the
now.
fuck thinks I am?
It's cold as fuck.
Trying to get some ice cream or something. Where's that fucking insomnia?
It's downtown. We are on 51 minutes. But, you know.
It's gonna take me at least like an hour and a half to get content.
Content?
Context.
Yeah. Or be in bed.
You know what's crazy? On Sundays, bro, I don't even be sleep till like 11, 12. Like, I be going in on Mondays, like, fucked up. Like, Sundays, fucked up. Like, I can't sleep on Sundays. I can't sleep at all, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, through the week, I don't really sleep like that. It's weird. Because, like, I go into work, like, tired as fuck. I work all day tired. And then I get off and I drive home tired. And I take a shower and, like, I eat. And that, like, wakes me up. And, like, because I'm tired so long, like, I shower and eat. It's almost like somebody showering in the morning and eating breakfast. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm eating, like, chicken, hamburgers, and wings, like, shit like that. Like, heavy-ass meals.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Sleep is like sometimes like a weird thing. Cause like you feel like you're doing everything right to have a good night's sleep and it'll be shitty.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to hype up the sleep so much that it just kills the sleep. Like, damn, like, oh yeah, I'm about to go home, I'm about to sleep good as fuck. But I know I'm knocking out early, like, everything I gotta do, I'll do it tomorrow. Like, I'm going to sleep tonight. And then you get there and you just like,
I'm not even tired. I only think that feeling once I'm tired. Where it's like, oh, this sleep I decay. But that's usually when we high as shit.
smoking fucks up my sleep too. Sometimes I'll try to smoke and then I'll get in bed and then be like,
It depends on the strand. Oh my god. Like I figured that out. It definitely depends on it. Cause there's
it's
like
the way I keep my weed too. Like, I smoked some shit the other day and like I left it in my truck all week. Like, you know how I tell you, like, I keep my shit in a pack, like, it keeps it fresh. For some reason I just didn't do that stuff. Like, I ain't roll, I was irresponsible with it. And I smoked that shit and it didn't make it good. It just killed the whole weed because that shit was so dried out. It aged it like 2 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. As compared to you keeping it in your room, like in a drawer. You know what I'm saying?
like in something.
Yeah.
I wonder what's the science behind that. Like you know how like chips get stale or
It's
like
the same shit.
yeah. Like the THC effects are lower.
Yeah, it's like
Leave it out.
Like imagine you eat some Doritos, like straight from the factory, bag still puffy as shit. Like they ain't even put it in a box. And then imagine there's some shit you move in your room, you don't even clip the bag closed, and it's the bottom of the bag shit. Like you be sticking your teeth, your fingers dried out, like everything. Like the chips is way different, so the weed gonna be terrible.
That's true.
Like you don't even feel high, it just keep you awake. It's like some 5 hour energy.
You're just getting like the drug components of it, not the THC.
It's like CBD. Like you ever done CBD?
No.
It don't make you high, it just make you lazy. Like you just relax.
I don't really need something for that.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I'm already, I feel like I'm lazy enough. We can do our daily gluts.
Cherry
is it a movie?
I think it's a movie with like the fucking radiation shit.
Yeah, I know what it's about, but I thought it was.
Do a podcast in Chernobyl.
Oh my gosh.
We talking through hazmat suit radiation.
Right, we're just getting radiation. It's for the content.
I'm saying we were doing this for y'all.
Please. It's like YouTubers go to space. Who's the first YouTuber you think they put in space?
Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy's the perfect answer, yo.
Soulja Boy.
I'm the first YouTube rapper in space. I'm the first YouTuber.
He claims to be the first rapper to do everything, so they gotta give it to somebody else, I think.
Nah. It don't matter. Soulja Boy did it first.
But what's your shit? What's your favorite stuff?
My glove. Look at my hand, yo. It's kind of hard to see depending on the light. But like if you feel it.
Keep going. They want me to feel it?
Yeah, like run your finger across my like the top of my hand right here. It feels like guitar string. But it's like all the way down.
Dude, damn.
Yeah. See now I'm telling you about that chicken wire and you get like cutting me all the time and shit.
That's the aftermath.
I rolled that shit off of my hand just like onto the trailer. And because it rolled, it like stuck to my skin and dragged across my hand. And that's from like my wrist all the way to my middle finger. Like the knuckle all the way to my wrist. Like it's the whole top of my hand. Dude.
Fuck.
I be getting fucked up.
I fucking hate shit like that at work. I be getting cut on like sharp ass plastic boxes or like hardwood boxes. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I got like 3 paper cuts in one like week one time.
Is
Shit was
we
ridiculous.
getting tropical smoothie on the way out?
Huh?
Is we getting tropical smoothie on the way out?
Huh?
What?
Is we getting tropical smoothie on the way out?
Oh,
What?
are we getting tropical smoothie on the way out?
Honestly, I'm good. Like, that shit was kind of expensive.
$5.
Yeah, that shit was $5 a piece. I'll get some little shit for $3. You know what I mean?
You see how I got dark as shit?
I was about to say,
Hey,
you
Yeah.
better start
the
rapping.
fuck?
Y'all trying to wrap this shit up?
I like to. We gonna be smoking, vibing, driving in the rain.
I mean, you said it was gonna rain by 3, so.
It's 2:15 and that shit coming early.
2 foot.
But it could be something where it came from Raleigh to here.
Or it's going to Raleigh.
To that too, but let's hope
Severe
for the reverse.
thunderstorm warning.
Damn.
Garner's gonna start raining at 3:34. So if we leave right now, it will just start raining when we get to Garner. As compared to raining the whole way to Garner.
We don't know that for sure.
We don't, but like
I mean, also it
It's
takes
gonna
less
be
than
raining
an hour.
until 7 p.m. apparently. So
But
there's
that
not
goes
really a
thunder.
way to
yeah, that's
escape
what I'm
it.
saying. It's up to you. That's what I'm saying. I'm only being like a pessimist because of you.
No, I mean it's alright. I mean we've done it before. That shit was like raining sideways. We couldn't see the street.
I'm trying to control my anxiety.
I will get you through it. You know, we're gonna be high. So try to go to sleep. I don't know.
No, because you're just gonna be smoking and fucking my sleep up.
Bitch.
Bitch. Okay, so you got fucked up by the chicken wire. That shit. You know, you got too many enemies at work, I think.
Shut up.
The ants. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a day.
I mean, for you to have done it for so long, like,
It'll be 2 years.
you can't hate that shit. Yeah.
The money good. I ain't gonna cap.
Hey. What you get, like?
Don't worry about it.
Nigga not trying to. Well, we be like, you know, so our place of employment. Well, mine.
Oh, it's just a bug.
Yeah, like I said, the cloud right there is a little lighter than the one you just saw.
That went
Kansas shit. Oh, there it go.
Look out.
Oh no, not this way.
What the would you even do if you saw a twister coming?
In the closet.
Only gotta worry about it if it look like it's standing still. That means it's coming towards you.
I saw that on TikTok.
But we used to watching videos in class. Like that's how I knew that shit. Like all them like Twister Hurricane, like
Oh,
natural
yeah.
disaster videos.
When they would show that shit from the 50s, and it would be that signal thing that they have to like tell you it's a twister or a tornado or some shit like that, and they would just all panic. Just like go sit in the bathtub or something.
Bathtub.
Like imagine
Y'all
that shit
closet
from that
got
school.
doors on here,
Yeah.
so that's a good option.
Mhm.
Shit, sit with the washing machine.
Yeah, some sturdy.
Shit, I honestly tucked behind the fucking banister right there.
Just gets to see the finger more. That shit just.
Hell yeah, you could sit in that stairway right there too. You ain't even gotta go nowhere.
But the rain here be sounding like. It's
Cause
not
y'all ain't
no,
got shit going on.
yeah, it's not on no like destructive shit.
Just water.
It's just water.
Yeah, I told y'all earlier. But if it rain anytime during this week, I'm going to get a haircut. I don't give a fuck.
What
Johnny
size?
say shit earlier. The same shit I got now, just
Oh.
shorter.
It's not that I don't give a fuck. It's just like okay,
my face,
it's just an
you know what I'm
update.
saying? Yeah. My haircut, the dreads.
Dreads.
Is that bad?
I just feel like white people with dreads.
I didn't need it like dreads. No, I'm saying like if it wasn't like somebody with dreads, it's like, oh, I'm going to get a haircut, I'm cutting my shit
Yeah.
off. Like that's something you care about.
Yeah, something like that. Where it's like a big transformation. Actually, like when I cut my shit off, it was like, I was like, fuck it. Is there still cookies in here?
Here's one.
No. Just like fuck it, let's do it. It looked terrible before, so it was time for a
What were
change.
they talking about?
You had like 3 haircuts in one.
No, it's just because when you have a relaxer, you can't like not sleep with a bonnet or it's gonna fuck it up. It's gonna get nappy. That's something you don't want. So the longer you go without it, without getting a new one, a new relaxer, it gets nappier and nappier. That's called new growth. So my shit was real nappy, but then it was also choppy because some of it fell out because I'd be in college just like fucked up high as shit, and I would sleep in somebody's like dorm or something. And
You
I was
gotta
gonna have my
hang up
shit,
with
yeah, right. So I was irresponsible, but like, I mean, it was time for something different. It was like,
It's like when mom was pulling my fucking hairline out.
yeah,
Like I had to cut that shit though.
you just gotta, like some people they will just stick with it. I said, you know what?
I'm not doing my shit for the future.
Yeah, exactly. Let's just start over. I mean, now,
Well, y'all two with that, yes, man.
yeah.
Yes, it's not.
I mean, you just used to have your shit short as hell, and then you just decided to
Once I
rock it
take,
out.
okay, I'm either, when I get home today, I'm either going to retwist these, or I'm going to just take it all out and look at it and see if I want it. And if I don't, just, good God.
That shit sound like marbles.
Dang. Shit sound lethal. Sound like some storm shit.
Hey, they said thunderstorms.
I told y'all some great thunderstorms.
Yeah, so basically, it wouldn't have mattered when
That's
we
what I'm
Right.
saying. We would have been on the road right now.
Exactly.
And that shit would have been looking.
Better if we waited out a little bit, if we passed a little bit. I know there's survival shit. Yo, for real,
So
like,
you said when you go home, you gonna work?
I'm either gonna retwist them.
When's the last time you took them out?
I don't remember.
You just like always like take it out and then twist it back immediately.
I don't take it out, I just retwist it.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, it takes too long to twist it altogether. Why would I?
It does, but I like.
That's people with locks do. They don't just take it out, they just retwist it.
So is that what you want?
I don't know. That's why I'm like, it's still growing, so I'm like, I don't know.
But I just like the feeling of it out because like my shit
I do like you gotta scratch it.
Yeah. And I just like to pick it.
Yeah, I might do that tonight. But then I'm a little crazy at work tomorrow.
The twist out look be kind of fire sometimes though.
That's if you do it right. I don't know how to fucking do it.
All I do is
Just wear the beanie.
just
Yeah, that's what I do for like the first couple of days until I decide what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna twist it again or just let it, or just take it all out. And cause when I first started doing like taking care of my hair, it was like hard. Even with the stuff they told me to use, it's like it wouldn't work. But then again, I was just starting out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just decided to twist it. So like I never really took my hair out for a long period of time. So like I always keep it twisting now because I don't like the way it looks like. Because it's like always uneven.
That's wild thing though. Cause usually your shit just to do it.
I twist it to put on hats.
Yeah,
because my
that's
shit does
why.
not fit.
And I got a big
With a
forehead.
hat.
That's why I like wearing
And if
hats.
it does,
and shit.
it kind of looks weird because it does look uneven.
It's
when you have
easy.
a hat on.
Yeah, it's easy to wear hats and
That's
cats.
crazy. So you remember my hair was long as fuck, shit looked like a mullet.
Mm-hmm.
I would wear hats with my shit, and like all my hair would just come out the bottom. So what I'm doing now,
That's why I wore hats in high school.
what I'm doing now is while I'm growing the hair underneath,
Mm-hmm.
it'll like make the hair look thicker. As
So it's like
compared to
wavy.
just like long as shit, just like sitting on my neck.
Yeah,
Like
it was just bone straight.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that shit was just
Straight hair.
static. But I think it's because you also had it cut, like where it like some
It's
certain
set on
parts of
top of my
it. Yeah,
head
certain
instead
parts
of,
of it
like
was
being
not
my
growing.
whole head and having
Yeah,
hair.
I think everybody was wondering when you was gonna cut it. I was expecting you to cut it sooner than you did.
Nah. I like my shit having it like super long.
Then you like, well, you never really had it buzz. You just had.
Well,
it
what was the
back
last
short
show?
shit.
Like, what made you say?
Oh no, it was like this time last year I was working in the heat and the shit was like under my shirt, like on my back. And like it was sweating, so like it was getting sweat down my back. Like
Yeah.
inside of my shirt.
That's
you know
just
what I'm saying?
irritating.
Mm-hmm.
And like I couldn't like sweep it off because it would just fall right back in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
That shit grew like a rat tail. Like
Yeah, I had one.
straight down into my shirt, you know? I was like, no, I gotta cut this. So like I went and I didn't go to a barbershop because I didn't want to sit there and buzz my shit. Like, oh, I want to cut my hair shorter, like cut all this off the top.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, I know they're going straight
Yeah.
buzzing that shit. So I went to my mom, like, lady. I was like, yo, all this shit on top, I'm gonna keep it long, but like, hey, I'm trying to redo it, so like, keep all this shit like a little bit longer too. Cause
Mm-hmm.
even when I went to cut it, it's not like I cut the top off with a buzz cut. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my shit was long on the sides like it is now, and like, cut all that shit down so like it would sit like a new hairstyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like that's why I was trying to envision it because I know you never buzzed it. Most people just buzz it and start over.
I cut it down to like my eyebrows, or like right above my eyebrows. So like, she was like, "Oh, you gonna spike it?" I was like, "Yeah, knowing damn well I wasn't gonna spike it because all I do is wear a hat at work." But like, I just need something that I can grow out with. I don't really give a fuck what it looks like short. That's why I hate having my hair short. 'Cause you can't do shit with it. For real. If you cut your hair short, you can only do one hairstyle, and you can't grow it out. 'Cause
Product.
it's gonna fuck up the hairstyle.
Yeah. That's
You wanna roll this? You wanna roll this? A little bit.
I'll roll one, but I need some more out of that.
What?
I was gonna finish off what I had out of my bag. Maybe.
Yeah, I got. Yeah,
I
that's
need a
fine.
little piece.
Yes.
Roll that shit. Roll that shit. Take it with us.
Yeah, we gotta have that road shit. But like, it's cool to like see how people look from high school to like adult.
That's why I ain't posted on Instagram.
Cause you like figuring out how you look best.
That ass, I ain't posted since graduation, bro.
I haven't posted since prom.
Yeah, like, fuck all that shit. I don't care about people. For real, like.
I don't either for real, but
Some people I care about, but
like I'll like people's
It was
pictures, but like I don't really
Yeah.
care about posting. It's
If
not
I
important.
fuck with you, like, but to see motherfuckers I don't even talk to, like, oh, this is what you look like on a day to day, I don't give a fuck, because I'm not talking to you.
and that's just that.
And I hope, that's how, I don't really care. I'm getting too excited about talking about not fucking with people. It's weird, I do it too much. Can't get the scissors.
I feel like some people in high school, like after high school, you realize that you was only friends with them because you went to high school.
Day to day, yeah.
So It's not that you don't fuck with them. It's just that
I've been cut before. It don't matter.
Yeah, it's just like out. It's outgrown them. So it's like whatever.
That's what I thought it was gonna be like with you, but
Wow.
Yeah, low key. Cause I didn't have friends, and I was like, this nigga is really gonna be my friend for real.
You never really know until you follow up. Some niggas don't follow up. But that's why it's kind of weird to make friends in college, because it's like,
you know you gonna fuck with it.
yeah.
But people say college friendships and like that college like that lasts for a month. Like that's like.
That's where everybody.
You know
Real
why
family.
though? You really know why though? It's just because that's your last form of like social interaction. That's just social interaction. It's not like related to some shit. Like maybe I don't know.
Like the randomness is higher. 'Cause
Like how often you gonna go to a
class.
club? Like you gonna go to a club and just be somebody that's gonna be a friend if you like 28. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're less likely to do that. I think because you got
Your voice cracked like a
It
motherfucker.
did. It did.
So
But-
start over.
I mean, sometimes you can just let it go.
Nah, cause you don't let mine go.
That is not true. You address it before I did.
Yeah, I have
Well,
to,
my
cause
voice
I know
cracked.
you're gonna call me out.
Most of the time, that's for sure.
Okay.
My voice cracks, you know.
Nah, you 20 having voice crack. You roasting your shit.
So what about you? You 21.
Yeah, I'm an adult. Shit happens.
This nigga 1 year older. He got no- He more adult and shit. All right.
I still with my mom. I can't talk shit on nobody.
Is my daily dog.
It's the last one.
So the Olympics has breeded a lot of controversy. Obviously, it's the Olympics.
Can't get the
Everybody
grinder when you're done.
But Simone Biles said, "Hey guys, can't do it."
They need to leave my baby alone.
And white people lost their shit because they're like, "Oh my gosh, she's a quitter." And it's always like racist ass white people will jump on the bandwagon and hate any black athlete for anything. Like, it doesn't matter.
Like, why do you have to compete at the Olympics if you, like...
Like, why do you as a political...
Do the Olympics really matter, though?
They matter as, like, achievements and shit like that, but, like, I don't know if they really matter in the grand scheme of, like, life if you don't care about the Olympics. But most people do.
I just couldn't imagine getting mad at somebody. Like, I don't treat the Olympics any different than the NBA Finals.
Right. Like, but this is what I'm saying. So they chose to do her like they do Colin Kaepernick,
Damn.
where she's just a black athlete that deviates from norm for her own reasons, and they have an issue with that. Why do you have an issue with that?
Can I get a grinder?
Like, she's doing it for mental health though, and Naomi Osaka did the same thing. But she was like, she did the Kyrie route where
She
she's
got
like,
a
I'm not finna
Netflix
talk to
thing.
you.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
she's like, I'm not finna talk to y'all because I don't want to. I feel like the question I'll be asking is not, it's not giving. So fuck y'all. And people had an issue with that. And it's like, people, black athletes taking agency over who can talk to them and who can't, or when will they do something and when they won't. Like, they have an issue with that because it shows that they have some type of power over what they can do. That's not how it used to be. Like, they're like that white lady that said shut up and dribble to LeBron.
Yeah.
They could say some racist shit like that in the 60s about Muhammad Ali or like Kareem. Like, they
Because they gonna have a
Kareem.
backing. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But now with Twitter and Instagram, Facebook, and all that, it's like it's hella people saying that shit now. But they do it just as to be that person to say negative shit about black people. Like, that's what it comes down to at this point. It doesn't matter who is doing what. They're a black athlete doing something that somebody doesn't like, they jump on that shit. And at this point, how can you even... Like, they be trying to pretend like they're not racist, and at this point, it's becoming, like, insulting. Because it's like, what other word would I use to describe you? Like, that shit's ridiculous. And they make a career out of that. They'll start off being a Twitter troll to try to become a Republican. Like, how the fuck is that the pipeline now? Like, this is ridiculous.
What the hell?
Like, the dude that's in the wheelchair, I forgot his name, but he's in Congress, I think, and he started off at college. He has, like, hella accusations, like, sexual harassment, like, accusations, obviously. Because he's Republican. And they're terrible people. And he started off being a troll on Twitter. And now he's in Congress. Like, what are we doing? How are these the people that we're voting for?
I don't know shit about politics, bro.
It's not even shit about politics. It's just about the quality of the people that they're saying can run other people. Like, if they're not actually sound people, why the fuck are they governing over anybody?
True.
Like that dumbass white lady, Major Green or whatever the fuck, or she doesn't know basic history, talking about Hitler did this and that, and everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about? How is she allowed to be a congresswoman? What the hell?
It's kind of weird that you're bringing up Hitler right now. Not
She
you.
brought it up,
No.
yeah.
I'm saying, like, we looking at this lady like, yo, why?
Yeah.
What's up with?
Like, if you were bringing up Hitler to defend your argument,
You need a back.
you fucking up. And I just need them to all shut the fuck up. Leave black people alone, especially black athletes, because they rich as fuck. They don't give a fuck what you gotta say.
You agree with Malcolm X that shit should be segregated?
I agree that if they wanted to keep segregation, they had to give everybody what they give white people, but they weren't willing to do that.
They wanted to integrate white people and beat the shit out of them.
Yes.
That's not cool.
They integrated to appease black people.
Which means
Which means they didn't give us everything when they did it. They gave us the basic amount that they could. Because if they would have just kept it segregated and actually re-upped black people shit and made it better, then white people would have been mad because they got equal shit. But since they integrated it, they can make it to where they give black people crumbs compared to white people's bread.
okay.
Like, it's some bullshit. So I do agree that we probably shouldn't have fucking integrated, because if that's what they were willing to give us when we both doing the same shit, that's worse than, not giving me anything.
Yeah. Just fend for yourself.
Yeah. And even when black people would fend for themselves, white people would come and fuck it up.
Yeah.
There's countless cities, black cities from the 1950s that are either underwater, like Lake Lanier. Either they burned it to the ground, like countless massacres across the fucking country. Like, what the fuck? Black people were doing their own shit, and white people come and fuck it up. How is that black people's fault? Like, where do we do wrong?
Yeah.
We building up black businesses and doing well in our communities, kids going to school and shit, and you got a problem with that. What does that show about you? So now, in present tense, 2021,
Grand scheme of things.
yeah, in 2021, they are trying to do that same shit with black athletes, where they trying to bring them down as possible, as much as they can, off of negative shit, so they can't ever prevail through the positive shit. Like, it's just ridiculous how media has
You
turned
think
into.
he's trying to prevent more LeBrons?
They're trying to prevent more everything. Any good black athlete they don't like, especially if they're woke, quote unquote. Like, they don't like more NFL players standing up about racism. They would rather them not talk about it. They would rather the NFL be that league that doesn't talk about it, like the NBA.
The NFL avoid all that shit, yo.
Yeah, we've seen how many people the NFL protect that shouldn't have been protected. In terms of they've done fucked up shit and they still allowed to come back to the NFL.
The NFL just don't talk about it.
Yeah. So now opening the dialogue is making white people uncomfortable because they have to actually come into the light and say that they live this way or they think this way. I'm sure most of the fucking owners of the NFL teams are racist as fuck. That's why we want to be able to say we need black owners. We need to be able to share it instead of them having a monopoly over it. It all comes back down to that. They don't want to give a shit. So fuck y'all. That's my daily butt. Fuck y'all. Leave people alone. Especially the niggas on Twitter. the New York Post wrote a fucking article because Sha'Carri Richardson was supposed to run in the 100-meter, I think, and all three of the people that won like gold, silver, and bronze were Jamaican. So they were like, in Sha'Carri's absence,
None of them smoke weed.
Yeah, in her absence, 3 Jamaican women went. It's like, why y'all bring her up? She's not even there. Like, it was a scandal when she got kicked off the team and shit like that when she failed the drug test. But like, we're past that. Like, this motherfucker's in Tokyo. Why you talking about her? And it's shit like that where it's like it's enticing niggas to be like mad. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, black rage or like publications or companies making money off of black people being mad is way too much. They do it way too much. And it's like, who don't hate us at the end of the day? That's what it comes down to. Because they do so much shit to make us more hated. Fucking hate us. Like, you really think about politics, you just be sad shit. Like, I don't understand how people can be politicians. Because that's literally the bottom barrel. Like, you see everything. Like, even, they have to sell out. Like, they have to sell out at some point. If you want to become more esteemed, if you want to, like, rank up type shit. And that's fucked up. Yeah. They also, I think Forbes made an article about how cannabis at the Tokyo Olympics is like, athletes are using it. And is that not the biggest fuck you to to the whole fucking shit we went through last month with Sha'Carri? I'm like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? But it's because it's not THC, it's CBD, it's different. Like, it's both, they're both weed. Even if you don't even want to say one is like the drug that's illegal and one is legal. Like,
I don't know.
That
bro.
type of splitting hairs is fucking dumb shit. And also for them to make that article after they didn't allow her to compete, it's fucked up. So fuck Forbes for that. I don't know. Did you see that the fencing dude? He got accused of like multiple sexual assault things, and he has a plan to keep him away from women at the Olympics, right? And 3 of his teammates, because there's 4 fencing dudes, I guess. 3 of his teammates wore a pink mask in solidarity with like sexual assault victims, and he was mad. He said he felt embarrassed to be their teammate. Like, can you read a room? Doesn't realize it.
He's in the wrong?
Yeah.
Like, you the one fucking up, my dude.
Like, that's just ridiculous to me. It just blows my mind. The Olympics, you know, they're a bit of a shit show. And also, like, the best, like, sports are on at, like, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's why, dude, I don't know shit about the Olympics this year, dude.
Me either,
Like, I'm
because
trying
of
to,
these
like even last night, we was gonna watch
Yeah.
dude run.
Randolph.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Your
It was
first
a
Olympics, you come 4th, dude, in a 400 meter.
400 meter, he came 4th. Just missed
Bro.
the podium by like 0.3 seconds or something like that.
He 20 or 21.
20.
Exactly.
And he comes 4th in the Olympic shows. Shout out to Randolph Ross, you know. Hey, he's gonna come back strong.
But
Especially as a track star, he got a good amount of time.
you only gonna get stronger.
Right.
Faster,
They
you know
got
what I'm
good
saying?
facilities around them. So shout out to you, Randolph. Hey, we're gonna try to get an interview. Shout out to our host. Good host.
Hell yeah, Jenny too, because she probably gonna listen to it because we're in her house.
Shout out Jenny. Mean the shit.
Shit. I kept all my shit in your closet floor. I appreciate you for that. I cleaned it up though.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it looking better or just as good as it was before. So, I mean, how would you summarize this weekend?
That's cool, you know. just me personally though, I would rather the person that we staying at their house, they be here. Obviously, they don't give a fuck. They let us be here. But like, if we stay in Marquae's house,
You want Marquae to be
I
there?
would want Marquae to be there.
But I think that's different.
You don't want me to be there?
I would
He
want you to
does.
be there.
What the fuck, John?
Okay, because Jenny's not here, but her two roommates are. He's like, he'd rather Jenny be here. Because we're at Jenny shit. But, I mean, I know Hannah.
That's what I'm saying. That because it's not my spot. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
But, yeah.
Like if we stayed at Wyatt's house,
Mm-hmm.
but even in Wyatt's house, man, like
I'm just saying, like, because she had two other roommates, it's like.
majority vote.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done this with people that I wasn't, like, cool with.
At least, yeah, you live 2 houses
Yeah, that's
across
kind
the
of
street.
weird. I also wouldn't think they would say yes. So it's like,
That too.
you know, you get in where you fit in.
Those girls are nice people. Guys probably would say no.
Not if y'all, like, actually, like, homies.
If it was me, I'd probably say no. I'm gonna be real.
You would say.
I wouldn't let people stay in my shit like this if I want to be here.
But yeah. But she already told me she was doing that anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like when she was still here, she was like, "Oh yeah, if you're gonna be living here during summer, you can stay here if you want it." And I was like,
I'm gonna take you up on that.
I was like, I'm gonna think about it. I'm keeping it back in my head, but I want to take a break from work.
It's like my godparents got. Oh my god. My godparents have a trailer at the beach, and they just let me anybody stay in that shit. But like, you gotta like ask them like months ahead, cause motherfuckers be trying to use it, cause they use it. They got kids, they got nephews and shit like that. My
You gotta
mom.
put in a reservation type shit.
Exactly.
I went on a rant about, racist niggas, but sometimes it has to be said. Because a lot of y'all get the game fucked up, in my opinion.
I mean, that's always gonna be a topic. So I mean,
Exactly. Shit, and then after all that criticism that they gave Naomi Osaka about literally being like, I'm not really fucking with y'all, I don't want to talk to y'all. Fucking the Djokovic dude, he went crazy because he lost and he didn't say shit about it. Like he like broke his racket, he was like screaming and shit.
that's just his love for the game.
Right, but they had a problem with her fucking taking a mental health break.
She trying not to snap.
Yeah, like I would rather her be like, listen, at this point, I just need to take a break.
Like if they don't want to play tennis, they ain't gotta play tennis.
Right. And also, I do agree. Like, obviously, it's kind of fucked up for me when like people are like, oh yeah, I don't want to do interviews because like that's kind of what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I get what they're like, why they don't want to do interviews, and I get it should be
Maybe
optional to some people.
This isn't like after a post game type shit.
Yeah,
This is something different.
I wouldn't do. I don't think I would do post game interviews or like be the on court person or something like that.
Mhm.
I would be much more of like a sit down interview type person. That's why I wanted to practice on the podcast.
Who?
Practice on like when I ask you questions for episode, I ask Jasmine questions for episode. Like I'm not practice. Like just come up with some questions after you know prior knowledge about somebody. See if you want to learn something new. Ask questions.
That's an hour that you could cut down to 50 minutes with an ad.
And if it's like 10 questions, like that's good enough. Like you don't need a lot of questions because if it's a good question, they're gonna be talking for at least a minute or two.
There was one I watched. It was with Michael Jordan, but it was like a sit down interview type thing. But the
Was it that white dude?
Yeah, but he was asking questions like bouncing around way too much. It wasn't sticking to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, "Yo, here's the cigar.
Yeah.
This is what it is." But then it's like, so you played in '92. So what happened in '04? Like why? Like you skipping?
He,
all
like
this?
it wasn't like a linear thing. it was kind of like, yeah. But also, I kind of do that where when I ask you, just guess a number, and like whatever number you come up with, that's the question.
Yeah.
But I think with somebody like that, where they have a career that's like you can have like achievements and time stamps and shit like that, then you would want to go either future to future to past or present to past and shit like that, or you would go the other way.
Like if somebody got 5 rings, okay.
You would talk about the first one, like the most recent one first, and you go like that.
I will talk about the most recent. That's what I'm saying. So Kobe 3-peated and had 2 back to back. That's not what I'm talking about. Let's say somebody got 5 rings. Let's say they go back to back for the first 2. Switch teams. Maybe like third year on that team they get 1. Then they like move again. They get 2 more rings. You know what I'm saying? Like Tim Duncan, he ain't moved or nothing, but he had different teams.
He won a ring in like 3 different decades.
That's what I'm saying. So like Tim Duncan, where it's like, yo, how do you develop your career a certain way that you win a ring young, you get better
in your prime,
and then
you want MVP, right? Hey Siri, did Tim Duncan ever win MVP? I know he won Finals MVP.
If he didn't win a regular season, it wouldn't show up.
No, it didn't even register me saying Tim Duncan. But shout out to Tim Duncan. He's just a regular ass dude. Just tall as hell.
Or like Dirk. Dirk only got 1 ring though.
Yeah, he won 2 MVPs. Yeah, 2. 2003, 2002.
Okay.
I knew he got at least 1. He has literally everything. Like, I think he, maybe not defensive player of the year. But, yeah. Oh, he never won it. But he did come close.
The sun coming out though.
The sun came out.
For real. It's got blue over that way.
I mean, he's given something. So we're gonna get out of here now. Follow everybody on the other shit. Thanks for listening. Shout out to Michelle, Jenny, and Hannah. They let us squat here for a couple days. We got this bitch. Remember that life's a chore.
Alright.